everybody, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. My name is Robert, aka Mr. Dipper, and today we are going to talk about gear in the least expensive way to sort of upgrade your stream so it looks a little bit more professional. All right, and we are going to get right into it. But for those who are here, leave a chat message down there. We want to know that you're here. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Leave us a message. We're all about building our community here. If you're a new YouTuber, that's why we're here. All right. Again, if you haven't seen any of my my other shows yet, I'm very, very new to streaming and to YouTube. And so this has been a learning process for me. And I want to pass all of that learning on to you. And so your learning curve might not be so curvy. All right. So today we are going to talk about gear. But before we talk about gear, I always like to bring up the question of the day pretty early. All right. Question of the day. What gear are you using now to stream? All right. Again, leave that in the chat. I want to know what you guys are doing. All right. So there's the question of the day. So what are we going to be talking about? We are going to be talking about your phone. This is the quickest and easiest way to start streaming. Okay. And then we're going to talk about a way to mount your phone. I'm using the ULANZI rig. Microphones. We're going to talk about the TAKSTAR shotgun mic, some lights, and then accessories that you need. Okay. So that is what we're going to be talking about today. Now, there is so much equipment out there. It can be daunting when you're looking at it. And so I've picked these things based upon watching other YouTubers and them talking about the stuff that they use, right? And after I did the research and looking at the stuff, I'm like, man, this stuff is really good and it's inexpensive. And so let's, go into that. So let's first start off with the ULANZI rig. Now that is, if you look at the screen, this black thing over here, right? It's not the mic or the lights, right? You just mount your phone in there and it's real big. And so it can either be mounted on a tripod or, as you can see, this person is holding it. So you're able to create content several different ways. Mine right now is on a tripod sitting on my desk. Yeah, it's kind of cool. And what's nice about this rig is it has several places to put your different accessories, right? These holes are there for the lights and the microphone. Right, so you're not having to drill holes or figure out how to put your light. My light is right on the rig, shining right on me, which is kind of nice. All right, so that's the ULANZI rig, right? I bought this. I think I paid about $30 for it, if I remember correctly. Let me see the buying options if it'll come up. There we go. Yeah, $25, right? You see, I just bought it, right? So purchased one time. Yeah, it's $25, pretty cheap. There was a discount coupon. I think I got it for $19.95 actually. So, all right, but that's the ULANZI rig, and so that's our first thing that you need. And your phone, and it's adjustable, so you can put any phone in there, whether it's in a case or not in a case. It's not a big deal. Okay. So next is the microphone. Now again, like everything else, there are so many different microphones out there. It can be a daunting task. The TAKSTAR microphone we have here is a shotgun mic. It mounts right on top of that ULANZI rig, and it brings that microphone really close to your mouth. Now, mine actually hasn't come in yet. All right, so I'm still using my talk over mic here, my blue snowball. Okay, and it's kind of down here. Right, but what's nice about that shotgun mic is it literally puts it right in front of your face. Now, there are other kind of shotgun mics out there, but they are way more expensive. Okay, for this price, it sounds great. Okay, we'll do a comparison once it comes in. I'll use the blue snowball. I'll use the TAKSTAR mic, and then I'll actually just do the mic off of the cell phone so you can hear the difference. Okay, and as you see, I use the Wiki Buy here, and I got it for $30. All right, so it was very, very, very inexpensive, right? And it's just upgraded the quality. The microphone on the phone, it's not that good. But this is just going to upgrade your audio. Video-wise, if your video is not that good, people will put up with bad quality video, but not bad audio. So you want to have good audio. Speaking of video, real fast, if you watched any of my other streams over the past couple days, it was kind of dark. Now, I'm in front of the lights. I'm not sure why it was so dark. I'm thinking it was because of the internet speed. My speed here is, my upload speeds are really, really slow. And that's one of the other issues with streaming is you have to have really good internet speeds. And unfortunately, you know, mine are all over the place. I must be in a very saturated area. And it's 6 o'clock, so maybe there's a lot of people on, so I'm going to have to start streaming at a different time. Okay. But anyway, so internet speed, you can do a simple speed test. Just go into your browser, type in speed test. That'll let you know. Okay. But anyway, let's get back to accessories. All right. So after the microphone, you need some lights. All right. Now I'm using the Neewer Dimmable 176 LED. All right. I'm using it actually today for the very first time. It just came in today. Right. I just ordered it. Right. It comes with a couple different screens on there. It's dimmable. I have mine on like 15%. You see it puts on pretty good light, but I could turn it up, but it would just wash me completely out. And it sits right on top of the rig. Now, I bought this one. It was a few dollars more because it does run on batteries, right? And so this one came with a battery pack and a battery, okay? What's also great about this is it will work on power, right? You don't have to rely on the battery. So if you're going to be streaming for a long time, the battery might die, so you can plug it in, which is the next thing I want to talk about is the power adapter, okay? I bought this. Again, everything, you know, it's 10, 15, 20 bucks, right? Very, very inexpensive. And so what's great about this power adapter is you can use it for several different things. I just have it plugged into my light. My light turns on and runs all the time. It's great, okay? Now, there's another light that I want to show you. This is an alternative. This is actually what I had been using. Right? I just got this at Lowe's. It's an LED light, right? And it works on batteries, 3 AA batteries. Now, if you're looking at my picture-in-picture, in fact, let me back up real fast, right? See the blue light back there? That is actually from that Craftsman light. And how am I making it blue? Guys, look, be a little inventive. This is just a screen a little sheet protector, and it's blue. So I'm using it to sit in front of the light, and it's creating a nice blue backdrop. All right, guys, we all have stuff laying around our house that we can use for these kind of things, right? So just be a little bit inventive. All right, so let's go on to the next thing. It's time for some accessories and adapters. All right. Now, I'm using an iPhone. If you're using an iPhone, you're going to need to build something like this. All right. Let me back up for you guys once again so that you can see this full screen. There we go. Oops. There we go. Full screen. All right. This is actually 3 separate adapters. Okay. So let's go on to the first one here. All right. That is the little TRRS to TRRS. Now, if you look on the screen, the little plug right here, you see there's 3 little black things. All right. That is what your phone requires. Right. The plug, if you will, coming out of that microphone only has 2 of those. So you need this little adapter to go from 2 to 3. I hope that makes sense for you. And I'm telling you this because if you got the microphone and plugged it in, it's not going to work, right? So you need to have this adapter, all right? So then for you iPhone users, all right, you're going to need to go from that to this, right? Now, most of our phones came with this, right? But it's not bad to have a few more laying around, right? You know, they're a couple of bucks. I think with a coupon, I got it for like $6, okay? And that plugs in there. All right. Pretty simple, guys. All right. And lastly, this is what you want to plug into your phone. Now, the reason why you want to use this is you see there's 2 inputs to it, right? 2 inputs. Because this is going to go into one, And then because you're going to be using your phone, you're going to want to plug it in, right? Especially if you're doing long-term streaming. You don't want your phone to die. So you're going to plug that in. And so you need this to be able to plug the other one in for power. Now, if you're using an Android phone, you won't need these two adapters, but you are going to need this one here. Now, all the links to all of these things are going to be in the description at the end of my show. So you don't have to worry about remembering any of this stuff or stopping the video on the rebroadcast, if you will. It'll be in the notes, okay? And so that's it. That's what I'm using to do my broadcast, right? And it's taken just, from doing my simple phone to something being a little bit more produced, looking a little better, sounding a little better, right? And that's what this is all about. Thanks for the thumbs up. Somebody gave me a thumbs up. Awesome. So, and that's really about it. So it's going to be just a short stream today because there's not a lot of gear that we're talking about because we're keeping this very simple to begin with. Now, there is a lot of gear that you can use. We talked about it on day one. DSLRs or mirrorless cameras. There's different kind of lights you can get and just all kinds of other things. But there would be one other thing I want to talk about today before we finish, and that's your setup, how we are here. Okay. Now, I have myself positioned for when I actually start using a mirrorless camera. Okay. The big thing that you want to do is you want to remove yourself from the background a little bit, because with the mirrorless camera, it's going to be focused on you right here. And that's what's behind you becomes a little bit blurry. It makes your picture a little bit more crisp. And if you watch a lot of YouTube guys, that's what a lot of their pictures are. They're using these DSLRs or mirrorless cameras, and their pictures look amazing. And the really good ones are standing about 8 to 10 feet away from their backdrop. So find a quiet place in your house. I'm in my office. It's not the best location because I'm very narrow this way, but I'm very long this way. And so I'm actually sitting kind of cockeyed. I'd rather be sitting here with my camera here, but then the desk and the bookshelf would be right behind me. And if you go and watch some of my very first videos, that's the way that it was. And it was okay, but it didn't look the best. And by the time I add my new cameras and different things that I'm going to get over the next few months or so, you'll see the picture change, but we're setting that up for what it is now. So find a quiet place and put some distance between your backdrop. Keep the lights in the room low. I actually have the lights off in here. All I have is the light on my face, all right, and that blue backdrop light. Now, I am going to be adding one more light. It won't be here until tomorrow, I believe. The same 176 LED light I'm going to be putting up behind me to create a little bit of shadow on my head. Okay, but it's not here yet, so I don't have it. But I'm going to do that, so it's also going to help separate me from the backdrop. All right, and so those are just some simple tricks, guys, to take your streaming to the next level. It doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars. I think all that stuff added up after the coupons I used was a little bit under $100, right? So I've got a nice professional setup. I can take it anywhere with me. I can carry it. I can put it on a tripod, and I've got an awesome setup. All right, guys, again, that is going to do it for us here today. Tomorrow, we are going to be talking about Ecamm Live, and we're going to be giving a full tutorial on the encoding software that we're using to do the streaming and how powerful that is. And so we hope that you join us tomorrow. I'm not sure what time we're going to do it at. We may try a different time to see if we can get a better bandwidth. But watch YouTube for the update. Hit the subscribe button, right? Always down there at the bottom. Hit that little bell. That'll let you know when we've put up the announcement of what time we're going to do the show. And always, we appreciate you being part of the community. Welcome to the Double Dipper family. We're glad, and one of these days we hope to get out there and see you. For now, stay at home, shelter in place, and of course, always be safe.